Dave has interest.
All right, that's enough.
What's enough?
Whoa.
Why are we here, guys?
Why are we here?
Why are we here right now?
For a bunch of different reasons. So, first of all, we got Liberty Lion fans of Philly heading to LA next week.
Yes, very excited.
Joe hooked it up. Second trip of the year. Haven't lost yet. 5-0 over the last, 3 years? And, oh my God, that Penn State guy, I'm pretty sure he just lost his leg. They're dominating now, 42-9.
Purdue's 1-8.
Well, I'm just telling the score.
He's just telling the story. Yeah.
Watch this dude's leg; it snaps in half. But yeah, so we're back on the road Thursday at 7 a.m. and get back Monday. It's Sunday night, right, in LA?
It is.
Sunday Night Football.
What are the Rams up to? They're like a 500 team, right?
They're not very good.
not
They've been
very
dealing with injuries,
They're not very bad though.
They're not. I mean, they're getting fully healthy, so they're probably going to be at least. I mean, they're going to give us a game. I would hope. Well, maybe honestly, I would actually. I would be very happy if we just beat the living shit out of them. Because every fucking fans game we go to, it's just like I had 90% of the game. I want to leave. I want to just kill myself.
Yeah. Well, what does that tell you?
I mean, that's just the Eagles in general. I mean, that's just
Wait, no, he's getting at something.
What, me?
No, he is. He's holding back right now. I know he is.
I'm not holding back. But, the Eagles, they don't score or do anything. What was that game on Thursday night? It was they had 6 points with 8 minutes left in the fourth.
What did they finish with?
26?
Well, I mean, Jake Elliott missed 2 field goals, too.
An extra point, which was insane.
It would have been, 33 to 18 if they would have.
Said it was going to be 31-17. I was close.
So if they went for 2 every time instead of taking those extra points or even kicking those field goals, what do you think the score is?
I mean, we would have been in
I'm not
30s.
doing math right now, but it'd be more.
Is this math class?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, who makes those decisions?
Nick Sirianni. So what are you saying, Steven?
Yeah,
what are you getting at?
What are you getting?
What are you? You're holding. Yeah. What are you saying, dude?
Stop leaving me.
What do you want to say?
And just tell me what you want to say.
Yeah.
You want some stuffing?
Yeah.
I think Nick Sirianni is one of the best coaches in the NFL.
Oh my God.
You thought we would all disagree. Yeah. I don't really disagree with that.
I don't disagree with that.
I don't know if he's one of the best, but he's definitely not as bad as everyone fucking makes him out to be. He's not some bozo.
All the head coaches better than him.
Head.
Ron Rivera.
You want me to go though? I could name
Go
some.
ahead.
Andy Reid, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan.
Doug Peterson.
Doug
This is Super Bowl.
Kyle Shanahan doesn't.
Let me think. Let me go division by division. I'd probably take Mike Tomlin.
Not as
John Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh.
Mike Tomlin, the woke mind virus.
I'm not taking a college head coach over Nick Sirianni.
You wouldn't take Jim Harbaugh over Nick
Not right
Sirianni?
now.
Jim Harbaugh is literally the coach of the Los Angeles.
Jim Harbaugh is just a more buttoned up Sirianni. He's a vibes guy. That's what some of the best coaches in the league are vibes guys. Dan Campbell.
I just asked you.
Dan Campbell's a vibes guy. I mean, Dan Campbell, in my opinion, is no different than Sirianni.
They're literally the same.
Yeah, but the fucking media
but
has
the
Dan
media
Campbell's cock in their mouth. So,
Just wait till he loses his court.
I mean, Nick Sirianni's just more abrasive. He just fucking talks shit. So I kind of like
I don't know
that.
what Nick Sirianni does, though. He just-
Yeah, I like Sirianni.
Yeah,
Sirianni's
we're all
what basically any South Philly Eagles fan would be as a head coach. Like a complete
I
unhinged.
think he's great.
Well,
He's all right.
I think he's got great football IQ. I think he's a great leader. I think he's a great motivator.
I mean,
he's
like,
handsome too.
yeah. You want to have sex with him?
Boy.
You want to kiss him, don't you?
You want to give Nick
I
Sirianni a
think
kiss?
you want to know? I think his work ethic is better than any other head coach in the NFL. Actually,
I don't even know how you quantify that.
I think he sleeps.
I mean, you don't think, dude, have you ever heard the old John Gruden stories, bro? John Gruden showed up at the office like 4 o'clock in the morning. All right. He got run out of the league.
He couldn't even.
He got run out of the
He
league.
couldn't
Yeah,
handle
what do you
WIP
do?
pressure.
He had some nasty little emails.
He did have some nasty little emails. Nasty
were
little
written-
emails.
they were
Nasty.
Nasty emails.
Nasty emails.
But what was he doing? Talking about
He's fine.
what was he doing? Though? Was he
Why doesn't
saying,
anyone talk about Hillary's
was he
emails?
saying the M word?
No.
He was saying some.
He was saying racially charged comments.
It was like that one episode of Friday Night Lights when the guy said that Voodoo was a junkyard dog and everyone got weird about it.
He was, though.
He was, though. That's what I never got.
Oh, I started watching that show on Amazon Prime. It's about the James Patterson books, Alex Cross. And Voodoo is Alex Cross.
What?
Can I-
the actor.
Can I
Yeah.
intervene real
I thought you were
quick?
making a
Can I intervene
character
real quick?
coach.
I didn't tell you guys this. When we were in New Orleans,
Oh, what did you do?
when we were in, I forget the name of the place. We were in the strip club. When I went upstairs,
Yeah, we know what happened when you went.
I didn't tell you this part.
What happened?
How many times you go to that ATM?
I had a voodoo interaction, and ever since then, this football team's been pretty damn good. That's all I'm gonna say.
You
You had a voodoo interaction in the upstairs of the strip club?
Yeah, my
What, the stripper was like, you want
Is
to see
that
a
what
magic
you're doing
trick?
to justify the fact that you spent over $1,400 on bourbon
No,
shoot?
no, no, no.
You spent
I
literally
spent
thousands of
$1,400.
How much you spend?
Just like a couple hundred.
Yeah. The stripper was like, you want to see a magic trick?
I remember you
Make
told
all
me,
your
you said,
money
"Conway,
disappear."
I'm about to spend $1,000 on the stripper to have
we
her
just gonna
say mean
lie
things
now?
to me.
We're just gonna lie.
No, I'm just telling
Why
you.
not?
I'm just telling you what
I
happened.
almost spent more than what I spent.
You said I'm going to spend $1,000 for this woman to insult me for the next hour. Don't leave without me. And I was like, I'm going to.
He'd be like, I'm leaving.
I'm leaving right now.
I'm actually out of here.
You
Almost
nasty
only
little
matters in
fucker,
horseshoes and hand grenades.
dude. What is that even?
Speaking of hand grenades,
Speaking of hand grenades, New
What?
Orleans was a
you want
great
to talk about
time.
what happened before we tried recording?
Oh god.
Yeah, so we're up here in Exton. We tried to go into like the clubhouse thing up here. Literally, no one is
perjured
ever in that clubhouse. And then we walked in there, and some girl was sitting there with her mom and dad downstairs, like asking us if we were recording something. Cass told her no.
We're carrying so much.
Upstairs, it was like reserved
good social
until
move.
9:30. Then we
I
tried to
stand
do it
by I
outside,
stand by
but
the social. Thank you.
the outlets didn't really work out, so now we're inside my home. I was trying to put a couple alcoholic beverages in there, and they fell on the floor and just started spraying everywhere. Steven, standing literally right next to him, froze
He
Yeah.
literally bent down to pick it up and then stopped himself.
and then froze.
It was, I mean, I said it at the time, and I'll say it again. It was Cam Newton in Super Bowl 50 not jumping on that loose ball, dude.
And you're the one
Lost in the
wearing
game.
like a water repellent
Yeah.
outfit.
This is
too.
this is moisture
Wait,
wicking.
look, it went away.
It's moisture wicking, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You're wearing
Brand
like a
new Liberty Line
Yellow
tracksuit.
Liberty Line tracksuit.
Yeah, but it's like a windbreaker material. Everyone else is in other stuff, and it just went everywhere. I mean, we're sitting on a white couch.
This is 100% cotton
Cass had to
sweatshirt.
dive in, dude. And
I'd be
save the
drenched if I fucking dove on
Side
that.
note, when you know World War III happens or Civil War, whatever happens first,
When the
then
chips are
you are
down.
not my platoon, buddy.
Yeah.
'Cause if there's a grenade that comes launching in the bunker, we're all
You're gonna pick
we're
it
all
up and
dead.
throw it in the maternity ward.
I know it doesn't compare. It doesn't compare whatsoever, but I'm kind of shook from my response in that moment.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I would be
realize
too. It
the
was-
coward that you are.
Gravitated towards it, and then all of a sudden I just hopped backward.
You
I
froze.
froze.
You did, man.
You froze in
did.
the line of duty. You're like that cop that heard an acorn at the
But
top
to
of
be
his
fair,
car
you
and
can't
opened
compare
fire.
That. I get the Cam Newton
That's you,
comparison
bro.
is good, but I don't think it's good, but I don't think it's a realistic comparison because that's the Super Bowl.
right, and you're way
This is-
softer than
This
that.
is our
This
first
is-
podcast.
This is our
This
first,
is our Super Bowl.
this is our Super Bowl.
It's not
This
our
is
Super
also someone's house that you're a guest in.
It's not our Super Bowl.
They have a very nice white couch.
Yeah.
Beautiful walls, cabinetry.
Yeah, it's all covered.
You're
in
like, let me
black cherry
sacrifice.
vodka seltzer now. My wife's over there cleaning.
She's still cleaning.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to my wife.
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you look? Yeah.
It is my fault technically because more of a guy.
So that's not an apology.
Yeah.
That's an admission of guilt.
Yeah. There's a huge difference.
Don't get mad at it.
I'm sorry. What? Say I'm sorry that I was a coward.
As the quarterback,
I'm sorry.
As the official quarterback of the Liberty Line, I'm sorry. I'll take this one.
No,
on
that is not a
is
sanctioned
not-
statement.
Nah. I need you to do a riddle like Jalen Hurts. Give me a riddle.
Rogue.
Give me a riddle.
Sometimes you just gotta flush that one down the toilet.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's not.
It's not a riddle. That's not a limerick. That's hardly even a.
Wait, so you don't agree?
It's
not
a
even a brain
fucking. It's a
teaser.
fucking.
I feel like that's a good description of who I am.
You gotta flush them
What?
down the toilet.
Yeah.
You're quarterback of the Liberty Line.
Back
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the Liberty Line.
yeah, so
You've been doing great on our social media accounts.
Yeah, you
No one
deserve
else
credit for
does
that.
them, so-
You do deserve credit
well,
for that.
like for the people, they don't understand. This is our first. Let's explain it.
Okay.
So, like, if I'm the quarterback, that would make you.
Well,
what?
state your name.
My name is Steven Conrad Jr., the quarterback, the starting quarterback of the Liberty Line.
No.
Millersville University.
Okay.
You gotta say your college.
We'll try someone else. Go ahead.
All right, Ryan Conway, Colby College, Go Mules. I feel like I'm like the backup long snapper.
No.
No, you're. You know what you are. You're kind of like the big Dom.
I'm the big Dom.
You're kind of the big Dom. Like
I see that.
I like what you do. Like you don't do a lot.
No.
You don't. You
No,
don't
stop.
do it.
You're selling yourself short.
No. This
Conway,
is, no.
stop.
You're the big Dom.
No.
You're the big Dom. You don't do a whole lot, but you get a lot of publicity still. You know, you still get a lot of.
So
camera
wait, the
time.
real question is, I agree with that. I think I can come up with a better one. But Drew would be, is he Howie or is he Nick Sirianni? Or wait, is he Jeffrey Lurie?
He's the Jeffrey Lurie.
I'm the guy who has 2.5 million more views than anyone else sitting on this couch.
So who does that make you, though? You have to answer the question.
Look,
A combination of.
I'm not done with Conway yet. Conway, like, he has so much potential, but he doesn't apply himself and really exceed at that. And but he likes to drink a lot, so like he's kind of my guy.
We got him. We could get him here to do this.
He's kind of like a water boy.
So
We dangled fucking
He's a
So he's
drink.
Nick Sirianni.
neutrals
He's a
and-
vibes guy.
He
Yeah,
dangled.
he's a vibes guy.
So you're Nick.
He's definitely
he's
a
Nick
vibes guy.
Sirianni.
He's definitely a vibes guy.
We don't have a Nick Sirianni. We don't really have much at the Liberty Line. We're a ragtag bunch. My little brother wrote an article today.
I was
I
gonna
was
say.
just gonna ask. You
I know.
about
I
that.
saw that.
I went on the website this morning and I saw that Sixers thing and I'm like, oh, Drew probably wrote this and I pressed on it. I'm like, who's this? This isn't. I saw Smith. But
Yeah, it's my little brother Paul.
Paul Smith.
He knows ball for sure, and he's always blowing up my group text with my brother, my other brother, and my dad about the Sixers and making jokes and
B-ball Paul.
freaking out about it. It is B-ball Paul, yeah.
He's a real
the
B-ball
Sixers
Paul.
coverage is lacking in the city.
Well, there's nothing to
Well,
cover.
dude, the Sixers are just like they're not fun. Like the fun has worn out like
I don't
3
know.
years
I
ago.
think-
Well, here's a question. Like, no one still knows really what is going on with Joel Embiid. Why wouldn't they just put him on the injury report? Why are we getting investigated
Wait,
because
he's
Joel
playing
Embiid was not
games.
playing basketball at the beginning of the
He's
season?
playing games now.
I'm not talking about right now. At the start of the season, why wasn't Joel Embiid playing basketball?
It's pretty simple, guys.
Well, no, it's not because the NBA had to investigate.
Well,
No,
explain
'cause
it.
they're
Explain it
stupid.
then.
He came back from his injury and surgery early to play in the playoffs.
Right?
When he played in the Olympics, that's what it was. He probably hurt
And we
himself
all
in the
just
Olympics.
were just stupid. We
Okay,
just
so
ignored
the
him.
Olympics ended in August 17th.
Yeah, he
The
was
NBA
hurt the whole
season
time.
started late October.
He wasn't healthy for the Olympics. You guys know this, right?
So why wasn't he on the injury report? So we wouldn't have to get investigated and have
Because it was the
everyone
Biden
crying?
administration.
But really
The
though,
NBA.
It's a serious question. Why couldn't the Sixers just come out weeks
because
before
it's
opening
the Sixers.
night?
Why do we act? It's the Sixers.
That's not an answer to
yeah,
the
that
question.
is not.
I am not
yeah,
the Sixers. I'm just saying it's the Sixers. Everything is asked backwards.
Well, yeah, that's the problem.
The
Well, that's
Sixers
the
are.
It
question
sounds like
I'm
you're
asking.
defending it, though.
Are you? Yeah, like what I'm saying is if Joel Embiid could
I'm not
not play at
defending
the
him.
start of the NBA season because
Why
of
is
his-
everybody surprised?
I
They've been
think I
doing
don't think
this
anyone's surprised. Everyone's
Are
just
you an
fucking
idiot?
annoyed.
No,
I'm asking a question. Why?
I don't know. I'm not in the. I'm
Then
not.
why? If you don't know, yeah, then why are you interrupting me?
I don't have the answer.
I don't have the
I've been
answer.
saying
This is a
quietly.
podcast, so if I'm asking a question, I want someone to give me feedback, not cut me off and just say, I don't know. It's the Sixers.
It's Josh Harris's team. He owns the Commanders, and he's trying to build some stupid broadcasting division within
I'd rather dead
4
air
different
than
cities.
that.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
What are
Not
you
a
saying?
surprise. It's not a surprise. Why are we surprised? Why are we shocked?
Well, I didn't
No
ask
one's
about
shocked.
anyone's
And
emotional
why are we
reaction
pissed?
to it.
We want a healthy Embiid for the playoffs.
Because
November
we're
basketball
fucking
matters now. All of a
2
sudden?
and 10.
I understand that, but why does this organization continuously make it so difficult on themselves to just say, hey, by the way, Joel Embiid, 7'2", 265 pounds, number one, he gets hurt very, very easily, as we've all seen.
So he's
Then
literally
give him an injury designation so we don't spend an entire month asking why he's not playing basketball. Where Nick Nurse doesn't have to take the podium and sit up there and be like, well, I don't know. He's healthy. He's lost 25 pounds. He's going to be great. He's in great game shape. And then only for Embiid to make his season debut and still suck.
When has he not sucked in his? He's always
Well,
struggled
yeah,
the first couple-
he's a big fella. You got to get him up and running. You got to grease those, you know.
Yeah, he plays his way into shape, but it is a testament. I mean, I guess Steve is right. It is a testament to how poorly run the organization is, that they just kind of shoot themselves in the foot over and over again. But I do think that there was a hope that he would be ready for the start of the season, and it just didn't pan out like that.
So he was hurt.
Yeah, but
So it wasn't load management for his knee.
It is
no,
load management.
It's dealing with a nagging injury.
They're not allowed to call it that because that's why the investigation exists in the first place.
No, it existed because he wasn't playing basketball without an injury designation. Every other year of basketball, Joel Embiid goes into every single game questionable with a knee. They do that so he has a designation for injury. So why didn't they do that to start the season? It's like they forgot the season was starting. It's like when you forget your homework and you're making up an excuse.
Well, that's what happens when you.
So what did the Clippers do with Kawhi Leonard the last decade?
That was something separate because he
It's the same thing.
No, because
yes, it is.
Because he had an injury designation. He got in trouble for going down to Mexico and doing blood transfusion stuff, which you're not allowed to do in America. That's what Kobe did in Italy. Like everyone does.
Whoa.
He did.
Stop.
He did. Remember when he had his messed up knee? He went in there and got it everything sucked out of it and then put back in.
Do you blame him for that?
No.
Okay.
No, Jesus.
No one's bad mouthing Kobe.
No one's bad.
Dude.
No
Our
one's
sweet,
bad-mouthing
our
anybody
sweet,
but the Sixers.
our sweet boy.
The Sixers are the most embarrassing organization in the city at the moment. Granted, the only
See
team.
Joshua Harris there with that Washington Commanders.
By the way, he looks
We're in
smashed out of his mind. The camera.
Well, I think-
can't-
I think he's
looks
just-
dumb. He
I
just
think-
looks like a moron all the time.
I think he's like a little autistic, to be honest.
Well, you don't become a billionaire without it.
I mean,
Well, you
you
don't
got-
become a billionaire without drinking baby's blood either. So,
Yeah.
You know, it could be a myriad of
Yeah.
different.
Wait, so you drink the
Adrenochrome.
adrenochromes prior to becoming? I thought you couldn't until you were a billionaire. Or am
I think it's both. I think
a
it's
little bit of both. You don't
an
get to-
initiation, like what Fletcher Cox did by wearing that women's dress. Ahead of
He
the Super Bowl.
emasculated himself.
Fletcher Cox did show up to that broadcast dressed like
Humiliating.
Oprah.
Do you know that was? You know where that was? That was the fucking Super Bowl 2 years ago.
I forgot about
He was
that.
played in that game.
I was all over that story, and then I didn't publish it because I went off on a crazy wild conspiracy thing. But then I did publishing, and I didn't share it. But then Le'Veon Bell retweeted it.
Really?
Said they got him.
You retweeted the story?
What?
Or he retweeted the story?
Yeah, he said they got him.
On Liberty, he retweeted Liberty Line's story?
No,
Oh.
he retweeted the Fletcher Cox.
Oh, I
video.
know that. Yeah.
Stoked interest
Saying they
in
got
the
him.
rumors.
No, I know.
But that one Twitter account who is like that celebrity who came out and he was like saying like how Tom Hanks really didn't have COVID, but like they needed a face for COVID to start it, and how everyone was diddling kids in Hollywood, and then they found him that he committed suicide after he made a video saying he would never kill himself, and then he like fell off an overpass and got ran over by like 15 trucks. What was that guy's name?
He shot himself twice in the back of the head and then hung himself.
He was shot 9 times and then fell off an overpass and got ran over by like 19
They
trucks.
ruled it a suicide.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I knew
But
the
now-
Florida Gators would be legit with DJ Lagway as their quarterback. Conway.
They're 4-5. You don't know anything. You root for the Tennessee
Yeah,
Volunteers.
and you're about to watch them while we're recording
Yeah,
this.
they're horrible.
I'm gonna make you
How
watch.
many losses do they have? Oh, here's another. They're losing tonight at Georgia. That's a loss. So what's that? 3 or 4 losses for them.
That'd be 3.
Right. And then they're going to lose again at least one more time and not make the college football playoffs.
No.
Exactly like I told you they would
No.
right at the start of the season.
I've never seen Drew be wrong about college football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can recall, Tampa Bay last year, the last not the last fans trip, but one of the trips from last year, Steven said
About Colorado.
Colorado would.
And I predicted the rest
Yeah.
of the schedule, I think.
That's Colorado. Though.
Yeah, well, Colorado's good this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they're decent. They definitely have a shot to make the college football playoff. They don't have a hard schedule.
No one who loses more than 3 games is going to get in.
You want to know who Tennessee has beaten this year, though?
Who?
They've beaten Bama.
So.
They've
Bama's
beaten.
not Alabama anymore.
They've beaten Oklahoma.
So.
And they face Georgia tonight.
And they're going to lose.
This is the one.
This is the game. I mean,
This is the game.
You're right. If they beat Georgia, then I'll consider them as.
Oh, look at South Carolina. There you go. Go Cox.
Nice.
Well done, boys.
Well done.
Yeah, Penn State's pretty good, but they can't beat a good team, so it's problematic.
Yeah. They also didn't.
Tennessee's
They
better
also
than
didn't
Penn
like
State.
Trump buy
Are we
hot
clear on
dogs.
Oh yeah, by the way,
That fake news story that you're.
It's not fake. I
don't think
looked
it's
that
fake
up.
either because
It was reported by like CBS News and like.
isn't that like CBS report?
Oh,
Well, no, I'm just
They did
saying
a
like
great
there
job
was
with that
actual
Kamala
news.
60 Minutes interview too.
There were actual news outlets that reported on that.
But-
Because I saw it on fucking Twitter. I think it was like ML Football tweeted.
Yeah,
it.
one of
I was
those
like, all right.
aggregator.
But I did see. I searched it up and that was legit. It seemed.
Was that NFL Cento?
No, it was like the ML Football.
Yeah.
But maybe he wasn't allowed to do that because it's almost like political bribery.
Yeah, it's technically bribery. Yeah. So I got a lot of comments on that, and then someone did comment saying that he was just trying to buy votes. I was like, yeah, I can't really argue with that actually.
Yeah, I mean, if someone bought me
but-
a hot dog, sign me up.
I was.
Well, yeah.
Tell me where to write my name down.
I know. I would have happily taken the glizzy.
And plus, it would have been a logistical nightmare. I mean, they can't even do dollar dogs anymore at Phillies games.
I know. We're
because-
talking about 110,000.
That's a lot of dogs. I don't even think they
Everyone-
have that many dogs in the building.
Oh, that's actually a good point too. I didn't even
You
consider.
get a special order that amount of hot dogs, 110,000.
And could you imagine just being at the game and just being handed a hot dog and be like, courtesy of Donald Trump?
We were talking about this during
I
the
know.
game. I was like, this is like the most like Roman emperor thing that you can do. It's like you go to the Coliseum and it's just like, let the peasants have their hot dog.
Give them hot
One
dogs.
for me as well. It's like as you're walking in, it's like courtesy of our fearless leader.
Yeah.
Courtesy of our fearless leader.
When Barack Obama was president, he ordered 500 hot dogs and
1,000 cheese pizzas.
1,000 cheese pizzas from Chicago, and no one has any record of any type of party like that taking place at the White House. They
So
have a receipt for it.
what party do you think he ordered that for?
Well, for someone who has studied pedophilia terminology, hot dogs, cheese pizzas, pepperoni pizzas, that is how they would all communicate. And sex traffic children.
Ah.
So a lot of people are thinking that Barack Obama and his husband, Mike, were...
Yes.
Mike.
I'm not...
Mind you.
This is
Big
the
Mike.
conspiracy theory.
Mike.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
It is
Barack
Big Mike.
were using this terminology that also John Podesta and Hillary Clinton were using it in the emails.
It was for a Diddy party, Steven.
All I'm saying is, if John Gruden's getting popped over emails, we gotta have.
Yeah,
we gotta have some
I mean,
standards
come
as a
on.
country.
Come on.
Yeah, well, he got swept up by the woke mind virus.
You guys ever heard
Who,
of
John?
WIP
Gruden?
radio?
I don't think Gruden. I don't think Gruden gave in.
Came after.
He was
Well,
a
yeah,
victim
Gruden
of-
never gave in. Gruden's a fighter. He's a fighter. Yeah, no, he's a fighter. I mean, dude, I watched the Thursday night game with Conway. We were talking a little bit about Gruden, and it's just like, dude, like, I'm actually really happy that he's at Barstool now because I can just hear him talk ball all the time. Like, he's like the fucking best, and I hope one day he gets to get back into coaching. And if the Eagles do move on from Sirianni after this year, I mean, it depends how this year goes.
God, dude, are we gonna do this again?
You don't want John? You
I
want
would
John,
go
dude?
nuts for John Gruden.
Come on.
I wouldn't mind John Gruden in the mix. To be
That would be kind of sick. Dude, I think John Gruden got a bad fucking, like, he was just dealt a bad hand in Vegas. I mean, he got AB, and AB just,
AB took a hot air balloon to.
he froze his foot off. Didn't like his helmet, and then
What was wrong with the helmet?
that's the
They made
question.
him change helmets because he like changed teams or something. He's like, I don't like this.
He wanted to wear his Steelers helmet for the Raiders.
Wait, the actual Steelers?
No, I have no idea. But like he just obviously that whole thing sucked. He had Derek Carr as his quarterback. Like,
Hey, Jalen Hurts changed his helmet this year. Did you guys notice that?
I did.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts was concussed talking to Scott Van Pelt after that game on Thursday night.
I think he was
like,
concussed.
Hey, Scott.
Nah. But no, dude, no.
There
It's
was
that
definitely
southern,
video
it's the southern
delay.
twang, dude. The southern twang can make up for a lot.
There was there's video
it's just
delay.
a
There's
southern
people who
twang.
were commenting on that. They're like, he took so long to respond. There was video delay. I think you have a point with the concussion.
He has the southern twang, dude.
He went into the.
It makes you sound kind of like fucked up sometimes. I feel like when you got
Conway,
that
you have a
southern
theory
heard
about
it,
the
no,
10,
yeah.
by the way. He does.
100% have a theory. But he goes into the injury tent, and they say on the broadcast he's in there with the independent concussion doctor or whatever. I'm like, no, Jeff Bezos was in that tent, and he said, "You're getting the fuck back out there. This game's on Amazon Prime. You're not going to tank the viewership of this game. You're going back out there."
I think it was Jalen's choice. I think he's
Well, I don't know. I feel like after he got slammed, I think it was like it was on that fake reverse where they tried to run.
Oh no, it was 100%.
That was so.
I mean, like he definitely was. Like you kept seeing him fucking like rub his eye. I thought he like got something in his eyes because he kept going like this, and like I was like, this man can't see. He's fucking blind out there. But no, I don't know. He probably did get slightly concussed. The way that, like when he missed AJ on that like deep
that
out,
was crazy.
I actually like, and there's been
It's
plenty
just
of
another
times-
game for Jalen Hurts.
Well, there's been plenty of times where I've been
It
very,
is.
very mad at
He doesn't
Jalen.
miss that throw a
That
lot.
pass, like I haven't seen him miss a pass that.
I was
bad in
just
a
gonna
long
say
time.
when he decides to throw the ball, it's usually
more often than
accurate.
not he just doesn't throw it and takes
That's
the
the
sack
issue.
when there's guys open. But I've never seen him like
Sure, don't
miss a
act like
pass
he's an
that bad.
inaccurate
That was a
quarterback.
bad pass.
He's not an inaccurate
Jalen
quarterback.
Hurts is fine. Now that he has a rushing game behind him and he is using his legs. He couldn't use his legs last year because he was hurt. His knee was hurt. His
Yeah.
ankle, whatever.
He definitely
slow
looks.
last
He's all right.
He definitely
I'm
looks
not going to sit here and say that
better
Jalen
this
Hurts is
year.
an elite passer. He misses wide open people constantly. His vision sucks.
When he decides to throw the ball, he's accurate though.
He doesn't throw the ball enough because
Right.
he's not accurate.
I don't even know where we left off. Where we leave off?
We
take a quick
were talking
intermission.
about
Israel.
We were talking about Hillary's emails.
Oh,
You guys
we were talking about Jalen Hurts.
Israeli Clinton.
We were talking about Eagles quarterbacks.
No, I think the Eagles are going to be fine, but at the same time, I think a lot of people are unrealistic about our opponents. They haven't played anyone.
Yeah, I mean, look,
They haven't.
yeah,
Who do you want us to play?
Someone good.
We play
the Ravens soon.
We play the Ravens.
Yeah,
soon. That,
we'll
that's
see
the
what
litmus
happens.
Test.
We'll see what happens when we actually
What's so
play a
mighty
good
about
team.
the Ravens? They haven't even been to a Super Bowl under Lamar Jackson. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles have been
We're
in a
talking
Super
this year. In terms
Look,
of quality play.
I
John Harbaugh's this
the
good
only
coach.
good team that we've beaten this year was the Green Bay Packers. And that was week 1 in Brazil.
and the Commanders.
The Commanders aren't good.
Commanders are a bit fraudulent, but
They're not. They're not a good team. They haven't beaten anyone
Okay,
either.
there's-
They beat the Giants twice, the Bengals barely.
There's like four teams in the NFL you could honestly look at and say they're not fraudulent. Then, if we're gonna do that.
All right, well, here's the thing. You can look at fucking every. I mean, like, even if you look at the
NFL's
Chiefs,
down this year.
if you look at the Chiefs, it's like the Chiefs are 9-0, but they needed a blocked field goal to beat a rookie quarterback at home. You know what I mean? Like,
Like
it's
the
shit like that. Like,
Commanders were
they're-
what 7-2.
I mean, the Ravens lost to the Raiders. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
There's a lot of,
there's a lot of
parity
shit like that. Like, the Lions probably have been the most like consistent team from start to finish, but I mean, we're not just like speaking for the Eagles. Like, I don't think. Like I think we have a good chance as anybody to make the Super Bowl this year, and I don't even think it's because of the offense. I just think our defense is actually good. I mean, our defense has faced, like, you talk about like who have we played? Well, like,
White excellence.
I mean, like, we have, like, Cincinnati Bengals offense is good. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we did stop them from scoring over 20 points.
why is
And,
everybody
like,
acting like they're-
Washington was top 10 in almost every offensive metric. And they were pretty much held in check except for one drive. And then if you want to count the drive at the end, you can, but it was mostly garbage time. So I think our defense is actually good. And that's what actually gives me hope in terms of like going far in the playoffs. Because like I just saw Jared Goff throw 5 interceptions and still win. Like, if we win the turnover battle, the Eagles are gonna win every game. If they picked off Jared Goff 5 times, we'd win 35-0.
I'm very concerned about how slow this team is. It feels like last year again, where we're always coming back, winning at the end of the game, scrapping by.
I don't think it feels like that though.
How?
I mean, like, but you say like scrapping by, but like we beat the shit out of the Bengals. Like we beat the shit. Like we dominated that Jaguars game for the whole game, and then like all of a sudden they got randomly 16 points because of a bullshit fumble, a 2-point conversion, and whatever. Like that game obviously shouldn't have been as close as it was. But like Washington, like I don't think Washington is a great team, but Washington's not a bad team. Like Washington's a good team.
I mean, they beat the Giants twice,
and we were winning 26-10 until they had a garbage time fucking touchdown.
People calling that a 1-score game.
Yeah, like I mean, like there's just a lot of like I like our chances against pretty much every single team, and it's because of our defense. Like I legitimately think our defense is good. You know what I mean? Like we played everyone well. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like even good offenses. Like even the Packers at the beginning of the year. Like we got sacks, we got turnovers. Like
I just don't like how slow that we play football games.
I agree with you. I think the slow starts are definitely an issue.
Those catch up to you when it counts too, because all of a sudden then you run into a good defense and you cannot come back at the end of the game.
No, I hear you. I think like the slow starts are an issue, but for me, like if we're weighing how important issues are, like the fact that Jalen Hurts has really turned it around in terms of like taking care of the football, that's more important to me than them getting slow starts. Like I'd rather Jalen Hurts be conservative and not turn the ball over than score 14 points every first quarter, then end up still turning it over.
His record-breaking turnover rate, like kind of carried over to the first, like however many weeks into the season, and kind of put that to rest.
Look, I get it. It just feels like last year when we were 10-1, and then just scraping by wins, and then we had to play actual good football teams, and everything fell apart.
I don't think we're scraping by wins.
To some bad teams,
like that's the difference.
That was a ticking time bomb. They lost to the Seahawks. They lost to the Giants.
I know, but I just think last year the defense
on the road in Seattle though.
Last year the defense sucked all year.
Got picked. Like that's the thing. This defense.
The defense last year sucked all year, and
the defense is different.
I don't think like last year, like before. I think the Giants game this season, like a couple weeks ago. Before that game, we hadn't won by 2 scores since the Miami game last year. So, like, every single game was like that this year. Whereas this year, like, I mean, we beat the shit out of the Bengals, beat the shit out of the fucking Giants. We dominated the Jaguars up until, like, some random shit happened. And then, like, honestly, we pretty much dominated Washington, too. They got a garbage time touchdown. They made it close. But we missed 2 field goals and an extra point.
No, I agree.
So, like, that's a touchdown off the board.
Yeah, Frankie Lou had the best
we'll
game
win the
of his
Super Bowl
life.
then.
Fucking Frankie Lou.
I'm just saying, I think all I'm saying is I think our chances are as good as anyone's. Like, I don't think there's a team in the NFC where I go into that game feeling like there's no chance we win this game.
Not at all.
You want to know what really matters? Like, I think we could go into Detroit and beat them, but if we were able to host a game against Detroit in the playoffs, like I feel like that's like. Well,
yeah, I think, and there's a good chance we can get the 1 seed. I think the only game on the rest of our schedule that's like, I think there's a really good chance we don't win is the Ravens game in Baltimore. But other than that, I mean, we got like Carolina, we have the Rams coming up this week, and then it's like the Giants again, Washington again, Dallas again. Those should all be wins. And then, like, the Steelers at some point. And maybe the Steelers the Steelers play the Ravens this week, so maybe we'll find out.
Steelers are good.
If that team is actually good, you know?
Steelers' defense is great. And in terms of, like, obviously talking about our defense, you know, saying we didn't play anybody, you know, in our schedule this year, obviously we destroyed the Bengals once we took control of that game. And that's the same team. How many points did they score against against the Ravens
That's what I'm
on Thursday
saying.
night.
That's what I'm saying. Jamar Chase put up, 250 yards?
Yeah. Meanwhile, against us, we had a decent game,
Yeah.
but like not nearly like the most explosive.
And that's the thing is like I think our defense is legitimately good. Like I don't think our defense is like Mickey Mouse defense. I think they're like actually good. I think Quinnion Mitchell's actually good. Cooper DeJean's actually good. Jalen Carter is going to be the best defensive tackle in the NFL if he's not already. Like he's up there, and I mean, shit, our fucking linebackers are good too. We have good linebackers. We have good safeties. We have good corners. Our defense is good. That's the difference, I think. That's what I
You
think.
can come down. You can come down. Yeah, Cindy.
Upstairs.
She's fine. She's with me.
Nah, she's with me, bro.
She was. Yeah,
She was with me too.
just grab her.
Point being, our defense is good. The Eagles have a great chance. Dude, the 1 seed's in play.
It's definitely in play.
It's 100% in play.
Like I don't think I think the Lions are kind of in the same boat as us. Like they're very talented, but Dan Campbell has choked away games in the playoffs. Like I mean, he choked away the fucking Niners game last year.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like he's choked away games. Like I don't think there's a huge difference between Dan Campbell and Sirianni. I think they're both huge vibes guys, and they rely on their coordinators to do everything. Did you guys watch the Tyson and Paul fight last night?
I did.
You fell asleep before it started.
If you want to call that a fight,
Did
we
you
can call it a
watch
fight.
Amanda Serrano fight?
I did.
Absolutely.
That was by far the best fight of the night.
Yeah, it easily was. Even the two dudes that fought before, I don't even know what their names were, but they were both actually.
Is that the one with the blue?
Really good.
Oh no,
They were two Mexican guys. They were two
Yeah,
Mexican
but
guys.
one was from San Antonio. The other one was from Arizona. They came out with like all that.
They said that the one guy was like Aztec. He was like Aztec culture.
He was like from San Antonio, Texas, by the way of Mexico. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, he probably went to Mexico, was chilling, and then came back.
But yeah,
How to get in? That's you know that's my number one
from
question.
San Antonio. I'm sure he just showed them his U.S. passport and got in.
Just checking. We got changing. We got a lot of action down there at the border, so someone's got to keep a tabs on it.
The social and political climate in this country is at a fever pitch right now.
Yes.
I think it's calming down though.
I think things are starting to chill out. I think the Tyson-Paul fight reminded us what matters is that corporations are stealing everything from
Mike
us.
Tyson-
Feeding us slop.
He had no business being out there in the boxing ring. But
No.
for $20 million to be able to just stand in the middle of the ring, not move, and just take a couple hits from Jake Paul, I don't see why not. But why does Jake Paul only fight like 40-year-old and up?
Because I mean, he's a fucking manufacturer. I mean, like
It's like
Tyson did say,
right?
yeah, he's in it. He's an entertainer. He's not a fucking
Yeah,
boxer.
but how'd that get sanctioned? It was like a sanctioned fight.
Because
Like Mike Tyson's
because
like
they
50.
probably just made so much money. I mean, like it was at AT&T Stadium. Like I don't know if it was sold out. I would be shocked.
It was sold out. It was the highest like gate price or like total amount of ticket revenue paid to get in outside of Las Vegas in American
So yeah,
fighting history.
I mean, they just made a shit ton of money off it.
That's so much money. It's
Yeah.
insane how much money they made.
And Tyson, like I saw this thing. Tyson, there was like certain rules that like pertain to how much Tyson would walk away with, and the most money he could actually take home was if it went to decision and he lost. Like if he would have knocked Jake Paul out in the first or second round, he would have made less money than if he.
60-year-old man.
Yeah, than if he went to decision and lost. Plus, Jake Paul picked the judges. So, like, yeah, it's all manufactured bullshit. I mean, the fights beforehand were real fights for sure. I mean, they were like battered and bruised. Like the girl had fucking.
Yeah, Amanda Serrano,
Yeah.
we were watching that. She must have boxed 4 rounds with one up. There was no way.
She was her whole right side of her
getting
face
headbutted.
was just blood.
I'll offer you some Frontier whiskey. Don't say the actual name because no one
You
pays.
guys are missing the most important part of what happened last night. This is
What's
Liberty
that?
Line
White man
Radio,
beating
by
a
the way,
black
since
man? Like,
nobody
what was the
wants to
most.
say it.
What is it?
Liberty Line
Oh yeah.
Radio.
Well, we said it at the beginning. I said Liberty Line Radio.
Listen, Jake Paul has walked into that stadium and walked out and won in his avenue of life more than Dallas Cowboys have.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
They actually had curtains up for that fight last
I know.
night as well. They actually put the curtains up so
but that
people
was-
could see.
Who wrote about that today? Someone wrote about
I
that.
did.
Yeah, well, it was nighttime.
I know, and that's hilarious.
They put curtains up at nighttime.
They put the curtains up at AT&T Stadium
They're
for a
night
night
curtains.
event, and then didn't do it.
Go to sleep.
I do.
I do after watching From.
I mean, I do,
The
but
curtains are always closed. Drew.
The doors are locked.
I can't have
I
anyone
do look outside
look.
of them sometimes.
I can't have anyone looking into my apartment.
Do you hang one of those stones up by your door too?
No, because I do want somebody at the window. I'm willing to take that chance.
Hello, come outside.
It's tempting.
Is that what happens in the show? They talk like that in the show?
So From is a show. It's with the one dude from Lost, whose son was Walt, and no one ever figured out what happened to Walt. But basically, it's this town where if you see like this fallen down tree, and then you get past the tree, it's a town that you can never leave. And in this town at night, I don't even like talking about it, dude.
Why?
I don't even like talking.
But at night, like, just my question is, if you stay in your house, are you safe in your house, or
You need the rock hanging from.
Well, first of all, nothing's guaranteed in life.
nothing's guaranteed in life?
No,
What do you mean no?
you need the rock hanging from the wall.
Yeah, you do. There's this rock that keeps these things away, but they'll come knock on your door and be like, "Oh, hello, come outside," and
As long
then
as
they
you
like.
don't answer the door, open any windows. As long as there's no entryways inside the house, you're good.
What are they, like vampires?
I don't know.
Kind of like
dude.
you got to invite them in?
No, they just want you to come outside.
No, they want you to come outside. Yeah, I'm not going outside. I don't like going outside at night in a regular town, let alone a town where they're going to kill me if I go outside. I already live there right now.
I live in Philadelphia,
The
buddy.
city of Philadelphia.
I don't leave my house unless I have to. Godforsaken
Can't drink
city.
any more of that Frontier whiskey right now. I'm gonna put it in.
No, it's.
It is crazy how much quieter it is out here.
I know.
Like
Yeah, we're in Exton, Pennsylvania.
the heartland.
It is the heartland.
This is.
I like this area. PA.
I like it out here.
Yeah.
The development is kind of reminds me of Nuketown from Call of Duty. Like, I'm just driving through fields.
It's very cookie cutter.
It's
It
very.
is cookie cutter.
And I'm pretty sure they built it on a swamp. In this summer, the bugs out there. I think this was a swamp before.
It was either a swamp or an ancient
Well, dude.
native burial ground. One or the other.
Pennsylvania is like all swampland. Back in the
Back in the old days.
golden age,
Dude, the capital of our country, Washington, D.C.'s built.
it's literally a swamp.
Swamp Town, USA. I absolutely hate that place.
Washington D.C.
Oh,
so sticky
So
and
when
full of
Donald
rats.
Trump said drain the swamp, he wasn't really actually talking about people there.
He was talking literally.
Talking agriculture.
It was
and
actually an environmental policy that he was looking to put forth and was,
it was part of the Green New Deal.
unfortunately
Yeah.
didn't come to pass.
Yeah,
Swamp is fuller than ever, overflowing with nonsense.
overflowing with just mud and muck, and I don't know whatever else. Is in the
Well, yeah,
swamp.
whatever else is going on in there, but
But
There's
yeah.
a highly contested match in the swamp right now between your LSU Tigers, Conway, and the Florida.
Gators stink, and
The Gators do
LSU
stink.
Tigers stink.
No,
LSU is
The Gators do
is a
stink.
reputable institution.
DJ Lagway's out there. You're in trouble.
Yeah, dude, we got the multi-view on, brought to you by undisclosed streaming service.
Multiview's nice.
Multi-view seems like a great thing. I got NBA League Pass for betting $5 on the Sixers, and that's been really nice. Just watching 4 bad basketball games at once. Really fucking changed my
Dude,
life.
why do you have NBA League Pass?
Well, it was free.
You just watch NBA regular season games?
Dude, if the Sacramento Kings are playing, I'm watching. Dude, the Aaron Fox is a spark.
I feel like the NBA has the worst of any professional sport, has the worst regular season product.
I don't think you're wrong. I think it's getting
Why
better
you,
this
you don't
year.
like watching Jeff Doughton Jr. and 50-year-old
Sixers
Reggie
dude.
Jackson and Andre Drummond and everyone else play? Why
No.
the organization doesn't really tell you much about Joel Embiid, and he gets investigated, and he's still doesn't have a knee somehow, and Tyrese Maxey's hurt, and Paul George is old.
Yeah, no, the Sixers are unwatchable. So
Yeah,
I
if
don't
you
even
think,
want to talk about
If you think I've
them.
watched a single Sixers game this year, you're
We watched
dead
the
wrong.
one, the first. I mean, I love the NBA Cup.
Do you like it?
Dude,
Are you kidding?
passion, the majesty, the history the Emirates NBA Cup. I think the NBA Cup is going to become something.
I mean, we're
fantastic.
so bad
I
at
think
it.
it can.
It's
But-
the worst thing, dude. No one I don't understand how it even works.
Once we understand what it is,
You don't think that if the Sixers were first place in the East and then just dominate and win every single NBA Cup game, that there wouldn't be a parade down Broad Street?
well,
would
I
we have
mean,
an NBA
yeah.
Cup parade?
I
Would
think
you go?
Have to. Would I go?
Would
Of
you
course.
go?
Well, of course. I haven't been to a parade in what 7 years now, 8 years since the 2017 Eagles. Yeah, dude, I'm itching for a parade.
I was. My biggest regret in my life is I was not at.
You
at that
weren't?
parade. I was
Why?
not
What were
at-
you doing?
I was hammered in Maine.
You were in Maine?
I was in Maine. I was at school.
I was hammered in Millersville.
I was gone.
I was in
like, Mom,
college
Dad,
too,
can
but
come
I
home? And
just
they were like, no. I
didn't
was
go
like,
to
all right,
class.
I'll go fuck myself. That's totally fine.
Remember when the Phillies won the World Series? We were at a bar in West Virginia. They won, and then I got in my car and drove to Rittenhouse Square to my buddy Kevin's parents' place down there, and then was there for that parade. That parade was a lot of fun. Eagles was too.
The Eagles was like I was too young for Phillies 08. I was in like 7th grade, so
Boy,
I was a
there.
young
there.
lad.
I was
it's
in,
a sweet young
I
boy.
was in 5th grade, 2008. I was there.
You were there?
I was there. I was at that parade.
I feel like the Phillies are more of like, yeah, bring your whole family. It's
Well,
you know what I mean, like the Eagles parade. It felt like I was hammered at the Eagles parade. Like I was blacked out.
I can't. I don't believe that for a second.
No, I fucking was there. Like we had somehow weaseled our way to like literally the front of the line, like on the gate where they were going by on buses. Like I just saw everybody, and I was fucking streaming like a little fucking schoolgirl at the Eagles.
you never
Bro,
screamed
the
at
Eagles.
Eagles games though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
Bri-
yeah.
Brian Cass, notably quiet individual.
I don't. Yeah, I like this. I like to keep to myself during Eagles games.
You would
but
never do something as outlandish as tell a mother she's taking her children to a
No,
kitty party
no.
as they walk into the.
I would never.
You would never do that.
I would never stoop to that level.
No, absolutely.
Like I hold
not.
myself to a high standard. I would never bring Diddy into conversation with a mother and children. Speaking of a Diddy party,
Getting diddied right now.
Jesus Christ.
Did
But
they
yeah.
ever let all 4 games go to a commercial in multi-view?
I assume
Is this just like it's just streaming every game? This isn't. I thought they made like a red zone for college football.
I don't think they can do that with all the.
I thought they did that
They
though.
have like an end zone thing.
They
on
do?
ESPN Deportes.
ESPN Deportes?
Yeah.
Do they say goal? Like, do they yell goal like they do in soccer if they score a touchdown? Or they?
Yeah,
They do?
of course they do.
I don't know.
Is that what touchdown is in Spanish?
I know. I don't know. I haven't watched the game in Spanish.
The only time I ever hear Spanish calls is when we get the fucking. Who's the guy who does the Eagles one?
Oh,
What's his name?
I don't know when he did the
I just remember the double doink one.
Ricky Ricardo.
Ricky
Ricky
Ricardo.
Ricardo's
Yeah.
a beast.
He when he did the double doink one, and then we sold Mexican versions of those for him.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I guess
Mexican
Mexican's
versions?
not a language.
Spanish versions
Spanish
of what?
The shirts, the double doink shirts.
What was double? Was it just double doink in Spanish? Was it, or like what was Spanish about it?
I'm not really too sure, but
But
we
well,
sold
what
them.
being?
We sold them for Ricky Ricardo. He's like, "Can you print these shirts for the double doink thing?" Because his call went viral. So I forget what was on the shirts. I don't even know what.
I think it was
Double
like
doink.
No Senor or something.
Oh,
like
no
that.
senor, no
Yeah.
senor. There it is. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it said on it instead of
No good.
yeah.
That was the
So-
best. After that game, I went to Fogo to chow with the boys, and we got
Really?
absolutely
Really?
tanked in the parking lot before we went in.
I was in fucking Mexico.
You were in Mexico.
I was actually in Mexico. I'm not even kidding. I was in.
listening to Ricky Ricardo.
No, no,
That's
no.
the only one they had.
I was on vacation with my family in Mexico.
You were on vacation.
I was on the vacation.
Oh,
And
vacación.
yeah, and
It
it was great. It was great. There was a lot. I was watching with some Australian lads. They all liked New Orleans though, and that's who we played next. That was the next game. So I
Why do they
remember.
like New Orleans.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't
I
know.
feel like when you're like not from the United States, I think you kind of just pick a team.
Latin
Just go from
America
there.
is a very Catholic region, and I guess the New Orleans Saints, there's probably some sort of Catholic connection there. At least I
With
would
Australians.
imagine. Oh, Australians. Oh well, they're just.
Well, that's what
weirdos.
I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you were I thought you were talking about the Mexican.
Well, no. There was Australian dudes there, and they were Saints fans, and that's who we ended up playing next.
Well, they're weird.
They were weird. They're very handsy.
Australians?
Yeah, very.
That's
They're very handsy.
No, he's right about that.
No, they
Australians.
are. They think it's like they joke around by like fucking bean dipping you like your dick and shit. Like they're like, come on, mate, hey.
Hey,
I'm just like, all right,
penis.
yeah.
Grab
Yeah.
me.
Wait, so
They like just smack your ass and shit. And I had a broken foot at the time, so I was like,
you couldn't run away.
so I couldn't get away.
cowering in fear.
I was like, I had the fucking scooter, bro. I had the scooter with my one leg up and a boot on. So yeah, I couldn't get away
So
from
the
it.
Aussies
And they
were
took
diddling
and at the resort bar, they actually took the scooter and like took it for a joyride. Just yelling.
I think something else was actually happening to you down there, and their excuse was like, "Nah, dude, we're just Australian."
I know, no, they were.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine, guys.
But I mean, their wives they had beautiful wives, beautiful blonde hair, blue eyes.
Aussie.
Yeah, no,
Zaggy, ziggy, zaggy.
that's what I'm saying. They were just, I don't know. I think they're just handsy people.
Yeah.
Shame Ben Simmons wasn't more handsy on that final play.
Oh my God! I love you just jump in with the.
Don't you dare say one bad word about Ben Simmons,
Not a Ben Simmons hate.
or I will just. I'll get
I
up
know.
and leave.
There's really no
I
room.
live here. I'll just get up.
There's really no room for that kind of talk here, Steven.
Ben
Come on now.
Simmons was the guy we should have kept. The best team we ever had was in 2019 with Ben Simmons on it. While Joel Embiid ate too much Chick-fil-A.
That was when
Toronto series.
Yeah,
Oh, right. Okay.
yeah. He was drinking
The
milkshakes.
best team we ever had.
Gastroenteritis. I'll never forget.
He was still a good player.
You guys remember somebody started a podcast called the Gastroenteritis.
Yeah, all
I'm
the
like, that's how you immediately. I mean, that's dated immediately.
Yeah, all-
I've never thought
all
that was
the all the libs over at Liberty Ballers and SB
Oh, was that
Nation.
them?
Yeah, I mean everyone's a bunch of libs besides us. No, we are.
I'm center left.
Nah.
I'm center left.
You're fucking mainline scum.
I wouldn't.
You all pretend.
I wouldn't
You all
want to be
pretend.
anything else. I wouldn't want to be anything.
You all
other than
pretend that
mainline
you're middle left. That's code for alt right, dude.
scum. It's code for white nationalism.
That's code for white supremacists, dude.
I'm in a paramilitary group.
Yeah, that's code for militia member. Dude.
Did Trump win any counties? Did he win
Well,
Chester County?
well, he
allegedly
actually
supposed to
apparently
win
lost
Bucks
Bucks County, which my home county. Apparently, Kamala took that county, which is shocking.
With illegal votes.
Yeah, of course.
With
I'm just basically asking who won, and then like
I think
who actually won.
Donald Trump won.
You know
I
what
think
mean?
Donald Trump won, and then Donald Trump actually.
I
won.
do actually think Donald Trump actually won. I feel like Dems would have been more vocal about it being
Well, one of their
stolen.
biggest arguments, they were like, "What happened to the other 15 million votes that we got in 2020?" I'm like, "Do you guys not realize that in 2020 you guys made up 15 million votes? So those numbers weren't accurate, and the ones this year." What you got a problem, Cindy?
Nah, I think she farted.
Cindy.
A little silent, but deadly. I'm getting a little waft of
Look
dog
at her.
fart.
Look at her.
It's okay. She's adorable.
She is
She's using me
adorable.
like a land bridge.
just like I like it.
But anyways, yeah, there was
Wow.
15 million more people who voted all for Joe Biden in 2020.
Is that
That's
true?
interesting to say the least.
Are you guys scared to talk about politics?
I'm not scared to talk about
Because
politics.
let me tell you something, dude. This is America, and we have a First Amendment for a reason.
What is there to talk about? It was a landslide victory, just like it was in 2020. But that shit was
Now,
great.
now Cindy's upset.
Yeah, now
Okay,
Steven's
thank
back.
It's activated.
Thank you. That's what I.
What is there? What else is there to talk about?
It's not.
I mean, yeah, there's not. It's gonna be. We got
Mr.
RFK
Center
in
left
there.
over here doesn't want to ruffle any feathers,
Oh.
but people need to understand the truth.
I ruffle plenty of feathers.
Yeah.
You don't think I'm out ruffling feathers?
I think you're ruffling.
Oh, I've ruffled a feather.
I
or
don't
two
think
in my
you do,
day.
You
dude.
don't have to ruffle feathers. It's called the truth.
Yeah, you're
Truth
goddamn
will
right.
set you free.
You're goddamn
Well,
right.
speaking of Donald Trump, that one story that you wrote about, Cass, of him trying to buy everyone hot dogs.
Yeah.
I sent that to my dad. My dad's like, that's not true.
What do you mean?
I don't know. He gave me no reason. He just told me it wasn't true.
So you're just
Well,
publishing lies on the internet.
No, it's that. I mean,
My dad basically called you fake news.
I found it.
The fake news media, Brian.
I mean,
Cass.
I found
my
it.
God.
First of all, I'm on the Trump beat on Liberty Line. Everyone knows that. I'm on the Trump beat. I'm following him. I'm following every. I think I wrote like every political article leading up to every somewhat political article leading up to.
I wrote about Bob Casey in the Dollar Dogs because he was like a buy one get one type of guy.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
a BOGO type cat.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the woke mind virus.
Well, he's going against Connecticut Dave.
And he lost.
Who?
Bob Casey.
They're doing a recount. I thought. Did they already do that?
Oh, he's toast. Connecticut. China Dave.
China Dave.
China Dave.
Those political commercials were absolutely
Barnstorm.
insane.
It was bananas, dude. The texts, the emails, the ads. I couldn't get away from it. It was genuine torture.
Yeah, I will say I am ecstatic to be away from political ads.
Oh my god!
Fucking
it's amazing.
tormenting me every time I put on
I was
any streaming service.
Well, Bob Casey was. There's political ads against him, and then everyone was saying like Dave McCormick. They were calling him Connecticut China Dave. But I don't know why.
Because he has a mansion in Connecticut.